We continue our reading of Lest We Forget, a daily devotional by author George R. Knight. Today's reading, August 30, at the General Conference Session, Part 2. The law has become our tutor to lead us to Christ, so that we may be justified by faith. Galatians 3:24. Not much theological light came from the debate over the 10 horns of Daniel 7 at Minneapolis. Its main contribution was tension, as Smith uttered that even discussing the topic was utterly unnecessary and was a tearing up of old truth. Jones proclaimed that he should not be held responsible for Smith's ignorance on certain topics, and Ellen White responded, "Not so sharp, Brother Jones, not so sharp." On the other hand, genuine theological progress did take place in the area of coming to an understanding of justification by faith. One of the interesting facts of the 1888 meetings is that even though the contending sides entered the meeting with the issue of the law in Galatians at the forefront of their minds, the main outcome of the meeting was a new emphasis on righteousness by faith. How that happened has been a mystery to many. Wagner should receive credit for the new direction on the topic. He made a strategic decision not merely to debate the issue of the law in Galatians, but to raise the larger issue of salvation in terms of law and gospel, and then to discuss the book of Galatians in that context. Thus, even though Wagner made at least 9 presentations on gospel law topics, the first 5 or 6 centered on righteousness by faith. Only after that did he deal more specifically with Galatians. That put the Galatians issue into the background and pushed the salvation topic to the front. According to Wagner's theology, the 10 Commandment schoolmaster law brings us unto Christ, that we might be justified by faith. Ellen White backed him on that point. She told the delegates, "I see the beauty of truth in the presentation of the righteousness of Christ in relation to the law, as the doctor has placed it before us. It harmonizes perfectly with the light which God has been pleased to give me during all the years of my experience." Manuscript 15, 1888. In that passage, Ellen White highlighted what she considered to be one of Wagner's most important contributions to Adventist theology. He had built a bridge between law and gospel by making explicit the gospel function of the 10 Commandment law. The law still functions that way in our lives. It not only holds up God's ideal, but it leads individuals who have fallen short of that ideal to Christ for forgiveness and justification. This concludes our reading today of Lest We Forget.